hey, if you have surgery coming up, please hear this warning that what I'm about to say isn't very nice and you may want to turn the video off. Okay. So today I want to speak about anesthesia awareness. I didn't know what this was called until it ended up happening to me, and I had to research what actually fucking happened. So basically, I was prepped for my second thyroid removal surgery for the left side. I had previously just done the right side a week before with no complications. Due to the things happening in the world at the moment, there was extra precautions put into place and plastic coverings, etc. The anaesthetist gave me Valium originally, or something to calm my nerves when I was out in the first room on the bed. And I didn't really feel any different, to be honest. It was probably 10 minutes later when he came in to administer the muscle relaxant as we were going in to the surgery room. I do remember feeling tired, fuzzy, and then all of a sudden I was awake. I could hear what was going on, I could feel what was going on, but I could not move. And when I say I could not move, I couldn't even breathe. So expanding my lungs was impossible. I was incapable of moving. I couldn't warn anybody. I couldn't tell anybody that I was still awake, listening, hearing, and feeling every goddamn thing. So this was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life, and it really, really affected me. If you are watching this, I'm assuming that it's happened to you as well. And I don't know what you've done to get over it, but it took me a long time. So basically, I was laying there and I couldn't move. It was oh my God, it was the scariest feeling in the world. And all I could think, all that was running through my head was, how long can the human body live without oxygen? That's all I could think. And for some reason, 2 minutes was coming in my head. It was like I was on this countdown, 2 minutes to live. And it was getting shorter and shorter, and I was still awake, and I couldn't move, and I couldn't tell anyone, and I couldn't do anything. I just wanted to scream. Every part of me wanted to scream, help me. But nobody did anything. I could feel them removing the stitches from my neck. So I was one of the lucky ones, and I actually eventually fell asleep. I think I was probably awake for about 90 seconds, which felt like a lifetime. I can't imagine anyone that's been through this for longer than that. So just to let you know a bit of background behind it, when I woke up, I told the nurse, because it was the first thing I thought of in my head was, oh my God, I can breathe again. They seemed concerned, and they said, oh, you better tell your surgeon. I told the surgeon. He called the anaesthetist straight away. He said, no, that's not right. That shouldn't happen. Let me just say the anaesthetist came in dressed like Darth Vader in full kitted up oxygen gear due to you know what that's happening mid-2020. So I remember opening my eyes and seeing plastic covering over my face. there was just a lot of plastic everywhere, like kind of like cling wrap plastic, not like a plastic, not like Perspex. It was very strange. Anyway, so the anaesthetist called me and I ignored his call because I was extremely upset for a few days. When I finally answered his call, he basically didn't deny it, but didn't accept it either. Didn't admit it, sorry. So I'm stuck with this feeling that what happened to me is just something that can happen. So what I would like to know is, why the fuck aren't we warned that we could possibly have this happen to us? My doctor told me afterwards, there's been cases where it's happened to people after surgery while they're sitting in a waiting room. And the only way they can tell that they can't actually get oxygen into their lungs because the muscle relaxant has relaxed them so much they cannot breathe is because they turn blue. Like, I'm sorry, but this is something I would like to fucking know. So apart from having 2 surgeries, cancer, all the other bullshit, I have to then feel like I'm drowning by the only people that I thought I could trust. So let me do a little snippet from a doctor explaining what anaesthetist awareness actually is.
Awareness under anaesthesia is traumatic for a variety of reasons. But what doesn't often occur to people, and in my experience is probably one of the most common causes of psychological trauma, is actually being aware that you can't move. So it's the paralysis which often creates the most severe psychological problems. And the problem there is that patients just are unable to communicate. They are completely isolated, and there is nothing that they can do about it. And in many cases, the patient has no idea that this can happen if you become wakeful during an operation, even despite recent publicity and so on. People are still unaware that they may be given paralyzing drugs during an operation. So the consequence is that when they become wakeful, they don't understand why they can't move, and they may come up with all sorts of catastrophic but erroneous ideas as to why they're in this situation. And the most catastrophic of all is the idea that they might remain in that situation for the rest of their lives. And in my experience, that's one of the most common reasons for psychological trauma or traumatization, is because people at that moment during the operation think that they're going to be paralyzed for the rest of their lives.
And there you have it. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because it does happen, and it is fucking scary. And it's not weak to speak. Get help. Make sure you talk to someone about it. Message me, comment, whatever you need to do. I've been through this too and come out the other side. Thanks for listening.